Yes, I want to talk about this. Why? Because I love the It movies. I really do, man. They are among my favorite horror movies. I know Chapter 2 gets shit on sometimes, but the way I see it, these movies are really an odyssey about characters going through scary stuff. The story of It is more focused on the story and the characters, but the horror elements in Pennywise, they do still stand out. It's a great balance. That's what makes them so good for me. So, of course, studios being what they are, they saw the success of those movies and they had to jump on that IP branding. Now we got a prequel series coming out. Yeah, this is It. Welcome to Derry. It's a prequel series that's going to be released on HBO Max, and the way I understand it right now, it's just going to be one season. We'll see though. And it's a prequel specifically to those movies that we got a few years ago, based on the 1986 book by Stephen King. We know this because this prequel series takes place in 1962, which is before the events of the first It movie, which is different from the original book, because the original book takes place in the 50s and then the 80s, whereas the movies changed it to be the 80s and then the 2010s. Makes sense for the movies though, it's great. So yeah, that's where we are now. And I've been looking forward to this series for a while, and now we finally have our first official teaser for it. So let's float right in. This teaser starts off with a kid who I guess is trying to leave the town of Derry, Maine, which is where the story of It takes place.
You poor thing. Get in before you catch your death of cold.
So it gets picked up by this random pair of adults, who, if I had to guess, this is probably going to be the very first scene in the show, and that pair of adults is actually It at work. Because we know the power of It is shape-shifting and reality manipulation. That's how it snares kids. So this kid is trying to leave Derry. Little does he know he's probably leaving life. So okay, we are in the 60s. Should be fun to see a show set in this time. And actually, I noticed this shot of the town, that is the exact same town that was used in the movies. Props to that, they got that town back for this show. Real good attention to detail there in the continuity. Because you know how this works most of the time? When they have a spin-off or whatever, it's gonna be different. It's gonna look different. The sets and costume design are gonna look different because they are. They're not gonna have as big of a budget as the movies did. But this, no, it looks like the movies. That's good. And actually, here's something I noticed that's very 60s. The black family that moves into the white neighborhood, giving those people a scare, I guess. I'm sure the show might touch on that a little bit. Hell, the first movie even did.
Get the fuck out of it now!
A little. That kind of adds to its method sometimes of getting kids. And so this teaser continues and we see what's going on.
Today was 4 months. And they never even found a body. That means murder.
Kids are disappearing, kids are dying. Classic It formula, but that's kind of my thing about this, is really this series, it looks like it's just gonna be It again. We have a group of kids who ride bikes, almost a spitting image there of the first movie, and they're gonna look into and try to solve this mystery of It, which I guess that makes sense story-wise, because like, what else are you gonna do in this It story franchise? Because I'm pretty sure this show is not based off of any source material. It is its own original story. I'm not sure if Stephen King was even involved with this series, so this does kind of give me some cause for concern here. I mean, yeah, I will give it all sorts of props for the aesthetics. It looks and feels just like the movies that I love, which is half the appeal of It, let's be honest. The aesthetics and the atmosphere and tone, so that's cool at least. But the other half was the story and characters. And if the story and characters in this show feel repetitive, then, well, that is a minus point. Guess we'll see, though. And then creepy shit starts happening in this trailer, which looks cool. The security guard with the creepy grin looks creepy. I really love that about the It movies. The creepy moments in there, they weren't just creepy for the sake of being creepy. They actually had like meaning to them. There were details they added to the story and the world of It. It's one of those movie experiences where you notice something new every time you watch it, which is great. I mean, those movies already had a lot of rewatch value to me because they're just plain good. The new details are just an added bonus. And then, of course, finally at the end of this teaser, we get the return of Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Yep, coming fresh from the movies. I am glad he is reprising that role, because I mean, he was so good.
You will all live to grow and thrive and lead happy lives.
If for nothing else, I'm looking forward to seeing new Pennywise scenes in this It series. I just hope he doesn't just show up in the finale and that's it, you know? Because I feel like that's something a show like this would do. No, I want to see Pennywise throughout this thing. We're gonna get 9 episodes of this show in total, and I'll say I want to see Pennywise in at least 4 of them. That'll be my minimum threshold. So yeah, in the end, It Welcome to Derry looks cool. Aesthetically looks great. Looks like it's coming right out of the movies, It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2, but it also looks like it's gonna give us the same story over again. To which, if that is the case, I'll be like, what's the point then? It's just gonna end up going into the events of the movies anyway. And also, how can you have more than 1 season of this if it takes place in the 60s? About 27 years before the events of It Chapter 1. Unless maybe you go backwards, like have season 2 take place 27 years before this. That might be neat. Who knows though, we'll see what happens. Either way, still looking forward to this. So, the official teaser for It Welcome to Derry. Have you watched it yet? What are your thoughts on this? And do you have the same concerns about the story, or am I nuts? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Peace! Bye.